Good evening from Marie at messymcreations. I hope this evening finds you safe and well. Sorry for the slight delay. Facebook moved how I got onto my page to create a live video, so we are going to recreate one of these cards with flowers and one of these in the brights. So I'm focusing on brights this week. Last week we did subtles, and somewhere under here I have a stamp set, butterflies, and obviously the butterfly punch. These stamp together so that the punch works. I tend to find that there's my old faithful. If they're left over from a project, store them in the box. I tend to prefer this butterfly. Don't know why. It's a bit wrong, isn't it? Should we do this one maybe? That's not that one. This one. Let's do that one as well. Let's show some love to a few more butterflies. You can tell the difference in the use of those stamps. So let's pop that aside. So focusing on brights, the bright ink shades potentially give you the option that you could stamp off for a lighter shade, but you get designer series paper in a collection of brights, so it would give you designer series paper that coordinates, and you can also buy the A4 cardstock in a pack, so you get 2 of each sheet of the brights in that. So it's a fantastic way of focusing on one colour range and being able to easily coordinate everything, which is one of the many things that I love about Stampin' Up, is the ease of coordination of the colours. So I have a variety of the card here, and this paper is from a pack called Flowers for Every Season, which is a bulk pack. Comes with a number of different designs, but I particularly wanted to pull out the Poppy Parade from here, and we can almost get away with, technically this is just jade, but it coordinates well with Coastal Cabana as well on this card. Poppy Parade, and then again this is Bumblebee, but we can go with Daffodil Delight. So I am going to pick Daffodil Delight for a card base for one, and I do like those tulips. Got some tulips on my windowsill at the moment, and they're just absolutely beautiful. So shall we, how about doing that with, oh, that's nice and spring-like. Should I bring a bit of spring into your lives today? That would be nice, wouldn't it? It's not been the best of, well, actually no, we did get some beautiful sunshine today, didn't we? So no, I think the other one, oh, got a rogue paper in there. Kind of something nice and bright for the other style. Or we could, let's do one just in Flirty Flamingo. We've got that designer series paper, or that. So we'll do that for one and that for the other. So excellent, there we go. Off we go. Let's clear the decks a little bit. So first of all, I'm going to cut my, hi Carol. Hope you're well. So I've got my Daffodil Delight card base, so I'm cutting that at 10.5 and scoring at 14.9, so just making sure that I've got my cutting blade and my scoring blade the right way round so that we don't accidentally cut when we wanted to score. Then Oh, bit of Daffodil Delight. Oh, no, put that pack over here. Oh, hoping I've got a bit of Daffodil Delight. Or if not, let's have a look. We have Joy of... Oh, let's make it all nice and bright. So I'm going to... What was my other colour? Oh, Coastal Cabana. That looks a little... Let me just see if the plan works. No, of course it doesn't. Seeing if I could have a bit of Coastal Cabana on there as well, but I can't. I think it's time I ordered some new packs. I absolutely adore those packs of paper. So I'm going to cut this at 10 cent. Oh, cut, not score. Cut at 10. Pop that, keep that bit with the other. And 14.4. So I'm taking a ½ centimetre off. I do. Oops, that bit that's Oh, just got home. Bless you. Tend to throw those little bits away, otherwise I literally get a drawer full of tiny little bits of paper. Oh, actually, what I'm wondering, I want to do this. I love this kind of adding an extra colour in a little stripe there. I'm wondering if we could do one going acrossways. Let's try. So I'm going to cut this, shall we? That's 10. I'm going to cut it at 7.5 first. If you're not sure on measurements, always do less rather than more. Can't stick it back together again. I'm going to have it over to one side. So I'm going to cut a couple of centimetres off that side because I'm going to keep more of the bright yellow. Again, that little bit is going to go in the bin because I know that it just won't get used. So that can sit like that, and then we want a tiny little strip. Oh, might have a little strip either side. So I'm going to cut a ½ centimetre is all I want to cut. Yep, it's straight off that side, and then with any luck we can have a top and a bottom, in which case we need that slightly thinner, I think. So it's just really up to you how you want to do that. So I'm going to make that a round measurement instead of a bizarre measurement. I'm going to do that at 12.9. So I'm just going to cut that, which hopefully there, yep, that's brilliant. Got enough of that. So I'm going to cut another centimetre off because I want to see some of that background paper as well. Again, it's a design you could use either way around, any mix of colours. This is the joy. As I say, it's one of the things I absolutely love about Stampin' Up is that colour coordination, that paper really just pulling everything together. I want a little white piece for my sentiment, which I think will do about 4 centimetres. As I say, I'm not particularly structuring those sizes. It really is just what I fancy. 13.9, let's do that. So that's going to go there. Then we can have a couple of those little butterflies. So again, ink wise, I think I might use Coastal Cabana for the sentiment. And we've got this lovely, where's my stamp set? Thank you so very much. Also comes with the good things in life are better with you. You've been on my mind, a little note, or hello beautiful. Do you know what? I might do hello beautiful. She says putting the stamp set away without taking the stamp off. So I can just position that where I want it. Lucky. So I'm going to pop that on there straight. Ink that stamp up well. And pop it down. That's rather sweet, isn't it? So let's do a little bit of, oh actually, let's do some butterflies before we put that ink set away. So again, great way to use up, should I use this one? Scrap paper as well. So these butterflies are joined on the stamp. So in inking that up, I'm going to be able to stamp both of them. And what is fantastic is these beautiful blending brushes that we have. Just pick up a little bit of ink and then just add a tiny bit of extra colour onto those butterflies. Just a very gentle swirl. Build it up rather than whacking a whole load of colour on, because it's very difficult to remove once you've applied it. These just wash through really easily. You can see the one that I used with the red has dyed it, but it is absolutely fine. Oh no, it has come off. I need to wash that a bit harder. There you go. Good job I checked that. Make sure that it's clear, but yeah, give them a good wash with a gentle soap so I can position that punch and those butterflies line up perfectly. Tend to face them down like that just so that they don't fly off somewhere. And the other thing, literally fly off. I didn't. The other thing that's rather nice to do is bend those up so that the butterfly is in motion, and we can pop another butterfly underneath. So we do one flat and one slightly raised to create that. Oh nope, shut that, need that. So I'm going to do this darker because it's going to be my underneath, so I want to almost like it's a bit of a shadow. And how we glue it will dictate which way the butterfly's flying. So again, lining up that punch so that both butterflies are perfectly within that punch. Face it downwards so that you don't rocket them across the room. So they're going to be my flat ones. So let's get some tape on here to get it stuck together. Oh, coming to the end of this one. So it's just nice to bring a little bit of spring. We've got through January, which to me flew by. I don't know that everybody felt quite the same, but for me it certainly, I felt like it flew by. I did see someone post, oh that's January over, January was a long year. Put that slightly down to the bottom, so I'm lining it up against that piece of paper underneath and popping it down. Now to stick these, you need to be a little bit careful that they're the right length, because that's going to be pretty difficult to cut once we've glued it down. But I will put a tiny bead of, do you know what I need to do? I need to measure that. measuring, better thing to do. Now, even that one's slightly too long. That needs a smidgen taken off the end. That's obviously a technical term. So that's the correct length. So let's cut this one. There's a slight thingy at that end, so I'm going to cut that off. Those bits will also go in the bin. There is a point when life is just too short to be keeping bits of card and paper that are so small. And this is a very runny. Yep, that's my very. I've got a very runny. I'm going to open a new one. One of them, for some reason, the glue is just extra runny, so I'm just putting a tiny bit of glue along that line. And then that, oops, will just fit underneath. A bit of excess glue around the place, so do be careful. Slightly short that end, I might have to mask that with a little butterfly, I think. So don't panic. Make sure it matches on this end. If you are slightly short, don't want to panic about these things. See, that one's perfect. There we go. So then get the glue off your hands. With tape, and again I'm going to justify this slightly to the bottom but line it up with the edge, so I'm holding to that edge before I tape it down. Then we know it lines up. Then I'm going to use the wet glue again on these butterflies because I want a little bit of flexibility, and because I'm not terribly happy with that corner, I'm going to have that butterfly flying and then nobody knows. So again, that's our secret, don't tell a soul. I am going to use a glue dot to stick the butterfly, so it's the little glue dot in the centre of the butterfly just leaves your wings free, and I'm going to slightly move it ahead so that it gives you the idea that it's flying up that way. Then I've got this little chappy, which I think we will do on here. But again, entirely your choice how you, I might do that with a teeny bit of glue. How you, oh, before I stick that, oh, that may not be the best idea. The set does come with little I call them antennae, but that I don't think is the right word, is it? Just getting that one to stay glued. That glue, and then we just need to add our gorgeous bling. And if you were watching the other day when I was awaiting a delivery of my bling, so the Stampin' Up rhinestones have this lovely small size. The ones that I was using the other day aren't Stampin' Up, and they're kind of in between those two sizes, so they're just a little bit too big. So what I find with this size is, what I really like to do is to put two really close together, just in a using my pick tool there, just, and you could put those anywhere on your card. So just quite a nice, simple, but who wouldn't like that bit of springtime arriving in an envelope. So that's glued down, so but you can see, just gives that little bit of dimension to it as well. So it's a bit of Daffodil Delight. So that's using the card in a portrait style, and this is using in a landscape style. So entirely up to you how you design that. This one used just a simple strip down one side, and then the butterflies in 2 different colours. So fantastic papers. So this more kind of simple single toned card, let's just clear up, which we are going to stick with Flirty Flamingo, which of course is the ink on the bottom of the pile. So I've got all my brights set up to one side. So if we go Flirty Flamingo, what we do need to do is clean our stamp off. I've lost my... There's always something, isn't there? Okay, let's not use that stamp. We'll get it out of the way. So again, this is, let's just double check before I merrily make this card up. Let's make sure that it is 10.5. See, that's why you need to check, because it was 11. So I'm trimming that little bit off. Again, I'm going to get rid of that, because even if I did want to keep that little bit, I'd never have it to hand when I wanted that little tiny strip. So 14.9. So that's our card base cut. So I've done that one in portrait. Should we try this in landscape again? Similar sort of idea. So these papers, you have the words, the dots, the kind of wood finish, and this, whatever you call that. So I think I might use the words and use that one. So you get the papers in all the different colours. As I say, colour coordination is just fantastic with Stampin' Up! Products. Now the only thing that I need to make sure is obviously that my paper, the writing is going the right way. That measures 10.5, so I'm going to go to 7.5, I think. But I don't want it the whole way across the card, so let's go 12.9, shall we? Just pick your measurements, and that is, can literally just go right up against that card. There, we could use a nice, oh, you know what I haven't used for a little while? Got the lovely braided ribbon. I need a piece of, oh there you go, that's what I was looking for. So we'll have our sentiment on this piece of card. Yeah, perfect. But yeah, actually perfect. Don't need the trimmer. So we have it, so we can choose a white ribbon. Oh, I've lost my peg. Oh, which is self-destructed on me. Oh, hello. Right, okay. I'm not going to ignore the peg. I'm going to cut a length of ribbon. So it's literally just picking two colours. Flirty Flamingo and white. So I'm going to pop that similar sort of fashion. So all I do is tie a knot. Cut this rather too long. If it's your own ribbon, measure before you cut. And then keep those bits out the front. So I'm going to lay that across, but as you can see, far too much at either end. We don't want to create the bulk, so we do just need to cut our ribbon. That's why we have dedicated ribbon scissors, because they are way sharper than all my other scissors. Keep those nice and sharp. Now, question: do we want to centre it? No, let's centre it on the card, piece of card there, once I've got it glued. So what I'm going to do again is a little mini glue dot, which of course I haven't got out. I've only got my great big, just open up. See, there's always something I've forgotten. I swear people that watch come and watch just to see what I've forgotten on the day. So the Stampin' Up! Glue dots are mini glue dots, so they are perfect. What I can do is secure that knot in the middle of the card, like so. Turn it over, and a little bit of tape either end, and I might, if I've got one handy, which I have there, I'm going to use Stampin' Seal Plus, just because it's that little bit stronger. So we do Stampin' Seal and Stampin' Seal Plus. So you can choose which you want to use, and then cut that at a slight angle. Cut that at a slight angle. Oh, my pin's gone as well. Then that is going to stick to there. Again, might put a bit of Stampin' Seal Plus over those ribbon ends. We don't want those coming loose. Now, remembering that I've used Stampin' Seal Plus and this is way stickier. Absolutely no wriggle room when you use Stampin' Seal Plus. But I'm going to pop that against that edge of the card again, and then once it's straight with the edge, just slowly pop that down. I'm not going to use that Hello Beautiful. Let's use the Thank You So Much one. So pop that on. Needs a slightly longer block. Flirty Flamingo. So you can just choose your whatever your favourite colours are, your favourite papers, and it's just the easiest job to... Hi Jenny! Oh, if you're on, that means the meeting's not quite starting yet. Don't panic, I haven't forgotten about our meeting. So I'm going to cut those corners off. So we've got rounded corners. Bin's still not there. It's bin day tomorrow, so my scraps bin's gone out and I keep going. It's normally there, so I'm reaching over and it's not there. So again, I'm going to rest that against that edge where the ribbon is, and then just lay the rest of it down. And then I've got to do my butterflies, which I need another piece of paper. Grab that quickly, there we go. So I'm just going to stamp again 2 sets of butterflies, add some diamante, And my job here is done. So the other thing, if you didn't have the blending brushes, I was going to show you with a sponge, but I need to find them. I haven't got one handy. Oh, I washed one the other day. Secretly hidden on the radiator. So again, I'm just making sure that I have cleaned that. So if you don't have the lovely blending brushes yet, then you can use a sponge. So again, I'm just gently popping that in. So the ones that are going to be underneath are going to be slightly darker. You can put as much or as little colour on as you want. You can make the centre darker. The smaller one is harder to do. And then make the edges lighter. Sorry if you can hear that squeaky. I've got a squeaky sponge. So I'm just really lightly, more dense colour in the centre of that. So there's two different ways you can ink that in, and if you were so minded, you of course could use a blend pen to colour those in as well. So again, just lining it up in the punch. What I will do this time, as I've remembered prior, is the butterfly that's going on the underneath. So where you position them obviously is entirely up to you as well. Going to pop one heading off that way, but we have our little antennae, which just we can line up and stamp those on. Just get those the right way round. Pop the other one. Put it there. So I've used wet glue. It gives me a little bit more flexibility with the positioning. As I have found my mini dots, we can put a little mini dot on the back of the baby butterflies. So, oh, just sticks in the centre of the butterfly, allowing the wings then to fly. Couple of mini dots there and there. It's very easy to pop your stamp on and you stamp your die cut on and pick up those. Just add that little bit of movement by doing them both slightly higher than a few diamante. Lost my pick tool now, it's under there. As I say, I just love these small ones. I'm going to put the doubles up there. So they're small enough that it just really adds a bit of detail, and put maybe another one down there. There we go. So thank you very much for watching. So that was my one prior, and then we've got the Flirty Flamingo one that we've done today. That's the other one that we've done today with the Daffodil Delight and Coastal Cabana, and my two samples. So now I have a myriad of butterflies. So nice and spring-like and colourful. So hopefully you've enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thank you very much, Carol. That's great. Appreciate that. Catch you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.